Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. 2025 was a milestone year for Lewisville. We celebrated, as you probably know, our centennial, 100 years of history and progress and community. But even as we honored our past, we had to keep our eyes firmly on the future. This year, we completed Lewisville's first century and launched our Lewisville 2035 plan that ensures that residents remain the architects of what our city will become over the next decade. We have 2 more public events for that, so please follow us online because those are going to be very important to make sure that we're getting the data we need to continue down this amazing path of growth and civilization. We do a great job. Now, a couple of things to note. Come on, Clicky. There we go. So we've made a few public safety investments. It remains our highest priority. And in 2025, we opened the $124 million Tittle McFadden Public Safety Center. If you haven't had a tour, please take the chance to get over there. It's a state-of-the-art facility serving our police, our fire, and our emergency operations team. This investment ensures we're prepared for emergencies today and for generations to come. I learned that we are not a little town when I walked through that building to see every single locker for every single officer in our city. It's impressive. So if you want to get some great ideas, please come on by. We're going to be prepared for emergencies today and for generations to come. We expanded our firefighter staffing by implementing 4-person crews at Station 6, and we moved to a 48 hours on, 96 hours off schedule to improve our safety and health outcomes for our firefighters. We added new equipment and launched our drones as a first responder technology, and it increased our emergency drone flights from 36 to over 250 in 1 year. Those investments save lives and improve response times for both our police and our fire departments. We can literally have eyes on an incident within 3 minutes of being alerted to a problem anywhere in the city. Wait until the fireworks start. It's going to be a good time. As far as neighborhoods and housing, we took important steps to protect and strengthen our neighborhoods in the historic McKinsey-Hembry neighborhood. We worked with that neighborhood to rezone land back to residential use to restore neighborhood character and protect long-standing families in that area. Lewisville is also tackling attainable housing head-on. 3 major projects are underway. The Standard at Old Town, which is a mixed-income development with 600 units comprised of cottages, townhomes, and multifamily. We have the Palladium of Lewisville, which is a mixed-income property with 94 units. And we have Affinity at Lewisville for seniors with 110 units, also mixed income. Together, these developments provide hundreds of homes at a mix of income levels so teachers, seniors, and working families can continue to call Lewisville home. On the infrastructure side of things, we had major street projects that were completed across the city, including Elm Street, Indian Oaks, and North Mill Street. These improvements enhance our safety, preserve our neighborhood character, and modernize our utilities in the area. We also extended Moccasin Trail to I-35, which strengthens our connectivity in the Northern Gateway. For those of you who don't know where Moccasin Trail is, it's up there on 407 just behind the water tower. So it cuts through now over to 35, opening up that land for development. Of course, we wouldn't be here today if we weren't talking about some of the Old Town development and revitalization. I've been proud to steward this for the past 20 years. It's amazing what has happened, and the lights are on in Old Town. We continue to thrive with new businesses, parks, and public art. The new Old Town Gateway Monument now welcomes our visitors as they come across Main Street. The bridge will get done. It'll get done. It's happening. Of course, we welcome those visitors, and the Old Town Pocket Park that you can see here opens this spring right next to Sullivan's Barbecue. We have new restaurants and gathering places like Buffalo Hirsch, Baja Cantina, Cava Culture, and Ethel Jane's, which have brought a whole lot of new and fresh energy to the district. We also spent a bunch of time in our parks this year. So our Lewisville Parks and Recreation team, of course, earned the National Gold Medal Award. This is the highest honor for their profession. We were so proud of that team and all the hard work that they did. And it speaks to the quality of the investment that we make in our park system throughout the city. We also broke ground on the Centennial Trail and planted over 3,200 trees. Our goal was 2025. Have a bunch of overachievers out there, and I feel like I planted half of those because City Council spent a lot of time planting trees this past year. It was awesome. So we expanded our trail connectivity across the city and our shade across the city, which I think is important because if we're talking about modalities of people moving, having a trail is one thing, but having a trail without trees is really useless a lot of the year. So we've got to make sure to have that infrastructure right. Next up, we have our public art. We had 3 new major public art installations that you can see here. We have Civitas at the Public Safety Center. We have Lewis the Lizard. If you haven't seen Lewis, you need to go find him. He's amazing. You can find all of our public art on our website, and you can take a tour. We also had in our library Luminous at the public library, which is a beautiful piece of art that reflects the lake, as you can see it up there on the brick column. But we would love for you to come by, take a tour, take a walking tour in Old Town, but you can take a driving tour and see public art throughout the city, and we're going to continue to expand that. Of course, next is our technology and connection. Our residents now have My Water Advisor 2.0, which gives residents real-time data on their water usage, helping them identify leaks when they might be watering too much, or, as in my home, when people are taking showers that are much too long. And I think this is really important, this kind of software. As cities, we've talked about water, water, water. In Texas, we've been talking about water, conserve, don't use so much. This allows people to actually see in real time their water usage, so they can be reactive, as opposed to, oh, my water bill's too much, and it doesn't help. So this really gives the tools for people to be able to manage better. We have a new library application that streamlines access to our digital as well as our physical materials. So if you haven't gotten a library card, get one. And I want to thank the county because they continue to support our library with funding, because we are open to all county residents. So come on, check out the library if you haven't been there in a while. And of course, we have a police crime comparison dashboard. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and check us out on Facebook, but you can also find it at the city website. You don't have to go to that den of inequity. You can actually go straight to the source. But that police crime comparison dashboard gives our residents a transparent view of how our department is keeping our community safe. They improve transparency, conservation, and access to services. And of course, when we talk about our city, we have to talk about financial stewardship. Lewisville continues to provide the best value in North Texas for the 10th consecutive year. That is measured by one of our peer cities, by the way, and they look at total costs. So while it might be sexy to write a check for a business with economic development funds, it's also really sexy to have a low tax rate and have high overall value. So come take a look at what Lewisville has to offer if you're looking to move your business. Of course, our tax rate remains one of the lowest in the region. We're the third lowest for cities over 100,000 in population, and the city has earned National Financial Excellence Awards for 36 consecutive years. I'm so proud of our finance team for being able to keep the books together. But that's the year in review. Of course, we need to look ahead. In 2026 and beyond, we are going to do the following. We are expanding the Jean Carey Animal Shelter. You know, I did some research. Our animal shelter, as it is today, without the expansion, is bigger than the county shelter in Collin County that supports the entire county. And I think that's really, it speaks to the heart of our residents and the investments that we've made for our animals. Also, spay and neuter, do it. Your pets. Okay. We're also working with TxDOT to complete the interchange projects for Main Street, Corporate Drive, and Business 121. These projects will also involve a realignment of Mill Street. If you haven't seen that, Mill Street will now cut out over to 121 instead of do that little mishmash there by Station 7. Of course, there's going to be more graphics built into the infrastructure reflecting the different areas of Lewisville. So, for example, Corporate Drive will include graphics of sports fields and nature. Our Business 121 interchange will reflect Old Town graphics, and our new Main Street bridge will include the name Fighting Farmer Way, because it's the Fighting Farmer Way. Folks will know when you cross into Lewisville territory. Design and construction of our new Lewisville Nature Center begins this year. We're very excited about that. And of course, we're working with the Bright family to continue to advance the Crown Center development, which is one of our premier development locations. Finally, we're building a new citywide volunteer program. Some of you may know Miss Allison Stamey. She is retired from LHS, and we got her. So she will be helping us with our new software and with our new tools for getting more connection to more residents and helping people to give back to their community. So in closing, Lewisville's growing, we're evolving, and we're proudly remaining the biggest small town in North Texas. I want to thank you to my city staff, our council, our partners, and our residents for making this progress possible. Together, we're building a Lewisville worthy of its next 100 years. Thank you.